The night everything changed began with rain that felt like it had weight, like it was pressing the city down. You might think this is just another sad story you've heard before, but stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll understand why one broken man and one frightened girl became each other's miracle. And if stories of hope rising from pain move you even a little, remember to like this video and subscribe, because stories like this deserve to be told and shared. Daniel Carter was used to losing, not in dramatic ways, but quietly, at one bill at a time, one apology at a time. At 38, he was a struggling single dad, working nights as a warehouse loader and days fixing anything he could get paid for. His wife had died 3 years earlier, leaving him with a 6-year-old son named Noah and a grief he never fully learned how to carry. Some days, the only thing that kept him standing was Noah's small hand in his, and the promise he made as his wife's grave. No matter how hard life got, their son would never feel alone. That night, Daniel was closing up his tiny repair shop, a narrow space squeezed between a laundromat and a closed-down cafe tilde copyright A, when he heard a sound that didn't belong to the rain. It was a soft knock, not confident, almost apologetic. When he opened the door, he found a girl standing there, soaked, trembling, eyes darting like she expected someone to drag her back into the dark. She looked 19 at most, thin, exhausted. There was fear in her posture, the kind that doesn't come from one bad day but from many bad years stacked on top of each other. Her name was Lily. She didn't ask for help right away. She just asked if she could stand inside for a moment. Daniel hesitated. He didn't have much, and trusting strangers had burned him before, but something in her voice reminded him of how Noah sounded when he woke from nightmares. So he stepped aside. Inside, under the flickering light, Lily finally broke. Words spilled out between sobs. She had been sold by her own parents to pay off debts, a past between people who promised work, safety, and a future, then delivered none of it. She had escaped only hours earlier, running until her legs gave out. She had no money, no phone, no place to go. Daniel sat there listening, fists clenched, jaw tight, anger and helplessness fighting inside his chest. He had nothing to offer except a couch in the back room and a bowl of soup, but he offered it anyway. That first night, Lily slept like someone who didn't believe she was allowed to rest. She woke at every sound. Noah noticed immediately. He didn't ask questions, just handed her his favorite blanket and told her monsters didn't come if the lights were on. For the first time in a long time, Lily smiled. Let me pause here, because this is where most people would have turned her away, said it wasn't their problem. But Daniel didn't, and that choice changed everything. The days that followed were heavy. Lily barely spoke. She flinched when voices got loud. She apologized for everything: eating, breathing, existing. Daniel didn't push. He understood silence. He understood survival. He let her help with small things, fixing shelves, cleaning tools, cooking simple meals. Slowly, routine replaced fear. But the past doesn't let go easily. One afternoon, a man showed up asking questions. Lily froze. Daniel saw it instantly. He stepped forward without thinking, placing himself between them. He told the man to leave, voice steady but heart pounding. That night, Daniel realized something terrifying. By helping Lily, he was putting Noah at risk. The fear nearly broke him. He almost told her she had to go. Instead, he did something braver. He went to the authorities. He documented everything. He reached out to organizations he'd never heard of before. The process was slow, painful, and full of moments where it felt like nothing would change. Lily blamed herself. Daniel blamed the world. Money became tighter. Daniel missed shifts to attend meetings. Bills stacked higher. One night, Noah asked if they were going to lose the shop. Daniel didn't answer because he didn't know. Then something unexpected happened. Lily started to heal. Not all at once, not neatly, but she started talking about dreams she'd buried. She loved repairing electronics as she had learned to fix phones and laptops out of necessity. Daniel let her help customers. Word spread. The quiet girl in the back could bring dead devices back to life. People came from blocks away. The shop stayed open, but Lily's real miracle wasn't money, it was her strength. She testified. She faced the truth out loud. It nearly destroyed her, but it also freed her. The people who hurt her were exposed. Her parents' betrayal, the system that failed her. It all came into the light. Daniel watched her stand in rooms he once saw her fear to enter, and he realized something profound. Saving her hadn't been charity, it had been partnership. Healing worked both ways, and then life turned the tables one last time. Daniel collapsed at work one night. Exhaustion, untreated stress, hospital bills followed. Lily sat by his bed, terrified of losing the one person who had chosen her without conditions. She took over the shop temporarily. Customers returned not for Daniel, but for her. The shop survived again. When Daniel woke, he cried not from pain, but from gratitude. For the first time since his wife's death, he felt hope that wasn't fragile. Months later, Lily was accepted into a technical program on a full scholarship. Her story, her resilience, and her skill opening doors no one expected. She didn't leave, though. She stayed close. She stayed family. One evening, as they sat around the small kitchen table, Noah asked Lily if she was going to disappear like everyone else. Lily shook her head, tears in her eyes, and said, "This is my home." Daniel realized then the truth he'd been blind to. Lily wasn't just someone he saved. She was the reason he survived his own darkness. She brought laughter back into the house, purpose back into his days. She reminded him that even when the world takes everything, it can still give something better in return. Years later, people would call Lily successful, strong, inspiring. They would call Daniel a hero, but they would both tell you the same thing. Miracles don't arrive glowing and perfect. Sometimes they knock softly on your door, soaked in rain, asking only for a moment of safety. And if you're brave enough to open that door, you might just save each other. If this story touched you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to believe that hope still exists, because sometimes the miracle you're waiting for is already on its way.